Hey guys, what's up? Zach and ZR Chess. Today I wanted to go over how to build an open repertoire for black. Not a lot of people don't like playing as black, specifically because you've got your turn down, your R-raise, and they don't know how to respond to a lot of different things. They don't know what kind of openings they should be going for as black. It's kind of hard to study an opening because white has to play a certain way for you to do that opening a lot of times. So I just want to go over what you should be doing as black to kind of prepare for anything white throws at you, and what I think everybody should have as a black repertoire. Before I start, if you like the video, if you have any comments, go to the comment section, let me know. Let me know if I missed something here, or if you think I should do a different video on something. So we'll go ahead and start. Now, white is really going to open one of about three ways. If he opens any other way, it'll probably transpose into one of these, or it'll just be a bad move. So, like if you see white playing now a4, you're pretty safe. That's a bad move. So white really has these three moves here that he's gonna be playing most often. It's e4, d4, and c4. Sometimes you might see like d3 and e4. Those are a little weird, or you might see a fianchetto first, but a lot of times they transpose into something we're going to talk about, and then you'll kind of know the basics of it. And as black, you really, before you follow one line to its completion, you really need to know the basics of all these, just to kind of wrap your head around what could happen. You don't want to get caught off guard and blindsided. So here's what you should be studying. So first of all, let's say white comes out here. Now you're going to want to play around with this and see what kind of player you are. A lot of people play the Sicilian. I play the Sicilian, play c5, and this is just a different line. It's a very sharp line most of the time. With Sicilian, you kind of want to, you have ideas as black where you're going to put your pieces. There's a few different lines. It can be kind of daunting at first, but it's really not that difficult once you kind of pick one and go with it, like the Najdorf, the Scheveningen, or the, I like the Accelerated Dragon. So there's a lot of different ones. Mainly your knight's going to go here. Bishop might go here. And other than that, white's probably going to be coming and with his knights, and you're going to do an exchange here after that comes. So not a big deal if you choose to do Sicilian. Then study Sicilian. Otherwise, e5 is usually the move that's played next. I don't recommend d5. D5 is a playable opening. After they take, take the queen, and often after knight comes, we just need to come back, and he's already a tempo ahead. I know there's other stuff to that. I haven't studied that completely. I know some grandmasters play that, but in my opinion, that's not a great opening, especially if you're starting out. So, what am I doing? So, starting off with this, so a lot of times you'll either see the knight come out, the bishop come out, or a gambit of some sort. So most of the time, maybe know something about the four knights defense. Right here, you could know something about this gambit here, which for the life of me, I can't think of the name of right now. Oh well. And then know something about the four knights defense. Possibly you run into, or a scenario of there's three knights on the board, something like that. I mean, you can probably get pretty comfortable with that, just because it's all. You can almost make this up as you go along if you haven't studied it. These are pretty easy lines to follow. And this one can be a little tricky when they take here. You don't want to immediately take because the knight's there. You're going to push the knight away and then take. And just little things like that you might want to be aware of to study. And then often here, you can even run into something like the Roy Lopez. We're gonna go here, comes here, and I think I did the Roy Lopez. So I think he's here, and then after you push, he exchanges, and I did the Roy Lopez wrong. The knight's actually there. But know the ones you're gonna want to play around with them and see what feels good in the middle game. So each of these is going to get you to, if played correctly, will get you to a specific type of middle game structure, and it depends on what you like to play. If you like to play with a great tempo and maybe down a pawn, and then maybe pick some one way. If you like to play really sharp lines and tactical advantages, maybe play Sicilian. So that each one's going to offer something different to you. Play around with them and see what you like. Go to the Queen's pawn, and you're going to want to know if you want to do this or if you want to do this. Those are mainly the two main options you're going to have. I mean, you could try French, something like that. I believe that's French. But mainly you're either going to play d5 and match it, or you're going to do knight first and then do whatever you want to do. A lot of people, when they're playing the London, will try to do like a reverse London type here. Actually, it would be that way. A reverse London, and then from here you might see a Queen's Gambit often. This is played often. You're really just going to want to know two scenarios. You're going to want to know accepted, and then they'll play the pawn, or you're going to want to know Queen's Gambit declined, which would be here or the Slav. So those are going to be your options there. You might just want to know a little bit about all of that before you jump into a game with black playing the Queen's Gambit. And then lastly, we'll just go over real quick the English game, which is c4. And the English game pretty much only goes one way if you see it. There's a really clear goal with white most of the time. The knight's going to be coming here. The bishop's going to fianchetto, try to hold down this diagonal. This knight is might even end up coming here. And then the queen will probably end up coming to either b3 or b2 at some point, I believe. And then these pawns are going to try to take over the center as much as possible. So that's going to be that. You can really shut this down. I mean, I'm not sure it's the best way to play. A lot of times I like to shut this down. I saw this in a class with Yasser Sarawan one time when he was doing a club speech, and he went ahead and played b6 because now if white tries to develop there, then we go ahead and we block that, and he can't fianchetto anymore. At least at the moment, he could do like the knight and then fianchetto. It's just really annoying for white to deal with that. Now he's going to have to play without the fianchetto that he liked. Be sure if you're doing this, you want to play with the fianchetto. And, you know, if we do this, he's probably not going to play that anymore. He's probably going to come out with a knight, and now you fianchettoed and you're committed. And so you got to figure out a way to play it if you don't want to. You're ending up playing it anyway. So that's the English. I wanted to go over that today for anybody who found openings as black daunting. And just study a few different things here, and you can pretty much play against anything they throw at you. Everything else you can pretty much figure out as you go along. And then once you've figured out what you like and what you don't like to play, go through a few lines. Like for Sicilian, I've really studied the accelerated dragon, the hyper accelerated dragon, because I prefer to play that. So I've studied lines down that road. So if I play black Sicilian, I pretty much know what I'm going to do already, and I have pretty good luck with that. If I'm playing Queen's Gambit, I play Queen's Gambit declined, accepted variation, Queen's Gambit declined, yeah, accepted variation, and so I've studied that, so I know that more than I do anything else there, so I make sure I play that. So study what you like and then play what you know. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Please leave me a comment, like, subscribe. I'll put something out next week. See you next time.